The new patriarch of the Russian Orthodox Church has a KGB past.
That story leads off our World Watch report.
Religious rights watchers say Patriarch Kirill was an agent for the Soviet spy network in his younger days. Russian Orthodox Church leaders voted Kirill to lead the 165 million member church in Moscow this week. Felix Corley of Forum 18 News Service says Kirill's past is the least of the concerns.
I think his former role as a KGB agent is less important than his current attitudes, what he would like to do with the Russian Orthodox Church. First of all, he rejects any idea that there's any universality of human rights, that there's any objective kind of code that people around the world should recognize. At home, he is not in favor of ecumenism and links between Christian churches. People are very, very wary about the path that he might take the Russian Orthodox Church on. And let's not forget, there's quite a conservative lobby within the Russian Orthodox Church who believe that all non-Orthodox Christians are heretics and that the Orthodox should have absolutely nothing to do with them. And I think Kirill shares that view to a certain extent.
Corley also said that practically every church leader from every Christian church had ties to the KGB in Soviet times.
Updating you on a story we brought to you last week, Bolivian voters approved a new constitution that grants additional rights to indigenous communities. It also allows their socialist president, Evo Morales, to run for another term of office. Church leaders are critical of the new constitution. They say it favors Bolivia's ancient religions and could impose limits on the Christian faith. But they also say it has prompted public discussions about God.
Now, the Christian Evangelical Church is a point of reference. I believe that the Church has provided a balance that was needed for our country.
And church leaders also said the fight against the Constitution brought about greater Christian unity.
Chinese communities around the world celebrated their New Year January 26th. In Hong Kong, crowds came to see the traditional Dragon Parade. In Singapore, where 75% of the population is Chinese, churches there partnered with the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association to help spread the gospel. Families invited guests to their homes for a meal and to watch the My Hope television special sponsored by the Graham Association. The hosts shared their own spiritual journeys and invited their guests to open their lives to Jesus as well.
It's absolutely incredible to see how ordinary church members can be mobilized to reach and evangelize their friends through something like My Hope Singapore.
More than 21,000 believers were trained to conduct the home meetings during Christmas and New Year's holidays, and over 200 Singapore churches are following up on the results.
Good stuff. The internet, as you know, has been blamed for a whole lot of social ills, but it could be the ultimate mission field.
That's right. And a ministry in France is taking the gospel to cyberspace with spectacular results. Dale Hurd has the story from Paris.
When Frenchman Eric Salerier designed his first website as a young pastor, the internet was still young, and he remembers how excited he was about 30 web visits a day.
I was thinking, 30 people looking at our website, that's amazing.
Today, his websites see 1 million visitors a month. Salerier is founder of Chretien.com, an internet portal for Christians. He's also founded ConnectedYou.com, or Looking for God, an evangelistic website for non-Christians, which is available in 13 languages.
It's a step-by-step presentation of the gospel. So we start with the love of God, and 50 verses of the Bible about the love of God, the fact God loves you and have a wonderful plan for our life. And then we come to Jesus, and it's a step-by-step presentation finishing by a prayer. When we launched that in 2005 in French language, we were amazed by the results of thousands of people looking for God on the internet, coming into the website and saying, I want to become a Christian.
Every day sees 1,300 decisions for Christ, and this month the number of decisions reached the symbolic 1 million mark. And thanks to an add-on available for Google Earth, you can watch the decisions for Christ in real time. Hundreds of volunteers around the world are standing by to respond to these decisions for Christ, often the moment they occur. Cretien also buys Google or Yahoo AdWords so that people using a search engine looking for answers about God find his website.
It's what we are doing for some word like Allah, it's God in Arabic, to be there. So when someone is in Saudi Arabia, is typing Allah into Google, he will find an advertisement in Arabic saying, Allah loves you. And click here to know more and he will come to our website.
He's also started the English language web portal godrev.com, where you can see Christian programming like this one.
In France, an entrepreneur had a vision that he would use the internet to reach the world with the gospel. And today his websites are doing just that.
Cretien calls himself a pioneer in evangelism using new technologies. You might also call him an evangelistic entrepreneur, and his mission field is cyberspace.
And that's the way we are seeing internet, as a mission field where we can reach people for Christ. And that's working. That's really working.
Dale Hurd, CBN News, Paris.